Right then, welcome back. Today we are doing race 1 of the World Modern 1000cc Cup. We're at Brands Hatch and I didn't know what bike to pick, so in the end I went for the Suzuki. It's level 2, it's the endurance bike I've used the least. And qualifying, we were, well, about half a second off. This was chewy. This took a fair few goes to get past this. The first attempt was just crash after crash after crash. I had quite a large pace deficit down the straights, so I was having to try and carry a lot more corner speed. I was overriding the bike. Look at the way the bike's sliding about. I'm jumping over curbs. It was not happy. This left-hander, Surtees up the hill, I was overloading the front tyre massively. It was folding out from underneath me with no warning. It was a bit scruffy, a bit messy. I tried using a harder tyre, I went back to the medium, I had a medium in the rear. It just didn't go well. I mean, we're 10 minutes in, 6 laps, I'm 20 odd seconds behind, running around in 12th. And I'm off again, so I thought, no, enough's enough, I'm not achieving anything here, I'm just riding angry. So attempt 2, right at the very start of the race, and we're getting into all sorts of tangles with the AI. The normal problems with AI, turning in when you're up the inside, coming across you when you're on the outside, changing the lines halfway around corners, just generally being a pain in the arse. The problem was, I was running through the corners a bit quicker than they were, braking a tiny bit later. So there was inevitably going to be plenty of conflict. It was managing my eagerness. Too close, way too close, all the time. I needed to take a breath, and I didn't. I was just pushing too much all the time. Instead of working out where I was quicker and they were slower and trying to set them up and use that to my advantage, I was just pushing way too hard. On the curbs, we're off again. You get the idea. To make matters worse, the AI at the pit stops, I put in, oh no mate, I'll just drive you into the tyre wall and get off again. It wasn't helping my frustration level, shall we say. I stuck with it. I was convinced I could do some kind of mental Lazarus kind of thing, and I had more pace, I was faster. I had a bit of a feeling about this race. I thought it was going to be one of them where all was lost, but actually I pulled it out of the bag at the last minute. I didn't really want to give up on anything until it was way, way, way too late. I spent a lot of time running around way down the grid. AI, bang, turn in, yeah, just not good. So I had a bit of a break, I went away from it, and I think this is attempt 4. The AI were quite quick. They were quite good. It's on 110%, I think. The first couple of laps racing the AI were, yeah, this was good. So we're in first for 15 minutes, 11 laps. Just under 5 second lead. Missed the braking point, run into the gravel, tried to stand it up. There's no room. I'm into the tyre wall. So I don't mind, we're in second, that's cool. Just stick with it. Stop pushing. No. Push more, trying to get past as soon as possible. End up down in fourth. Still only 6 and a bit seconds. Into Surtees again, overload the front, and it just folds from underneath. There's not a lot I can do. By the time I stopped crashing and sort it all out, I'm in seventh. I'm only 10 and a half, 11 seconds back. I thought, no worries, I can work my way back. I just need to concentrate on getting the laps in and going steady. Went past the pits, went from 6th to 4th, go past the pits again, go from 4th to 1st. So the pit stop cycle started. I've got 20% fuel left, so I've got at least a couple of laps where there's no one in front of me. I'm not trying to push to catch anyone, just get my head down and set some decent lap times. I'm out of fuel, tyres are alright, they're a little bit cold, but the bike feels okay on the mediums, so I'm going to stick with the mediums. The problem I had was fuel. I've used 96% to do 16 laps, 16 minutes left. My brain wouldn't do the maths, so I went for 90 odd percent in the vain hope that I could use power mode to catch everybody up. A little bit cheeky on that one, kind of leaving him out of the way, and then once I'm past, flick down to standard or eco and try and save what fuel I've got left. The AI put up a fight. Down the back straight, no advantage for me whatsoever. Even in the draft, they were just slowly walking away from me. So into Hawthorne Bend was my main overtaking place. I could carry a bit more speed, just had to be wary of not going in too fast and just gently try and work back towards them. I'm not a massive fan. They come out of Paddock Hill and they feel they need to swerve to the right. It caught me out quite a few times. I'm setting them up to go past them up the inside, and all of a sudden they swerve to the right. But it's just one of them races where if you can pull it out the bag first time, you've done really well. You just need, or I needed, the exposure to give me the knowledge and understanding of what the AI wanted to do. Looking at this, second place, Carolina, she's got 24% fuel left, 7 minutes, 1 minute 20 a lap. She's probably going to pit again. The leader, I wasn't sure. I knew that the person in second wasn't really my problem, it was the person in first. So how hard do you go, what do you do? I'm in power mode, I'm keeping an eye on my fuel, I'm making sure I'm not leaning on the tyres too much. There was some proper race IQ required to work out where I was and what I was doing. And I thought, it's no issues, just stick with her, she's going to go in the pits. I got a bit too close, a little bump, I'm on the grass, I'm off. And every single part of me said, just restart it. End of the lap, she's gone in the pits. The leader has 26% fuel left. I've got 34% fuel left. 5 minutes. So that's a maximum of 3-4 laps. End of that lap, they go in the pits. I was 6 seconds behind, I did drag it back to about 3.5, something like that. And all of a sudden we're in the lead, and we've got 17-18 seconds. I'm so happy that I didn't quit. I was annoyed that I'd bumped into the back of the Ducati and it had me off, but I stuck with it. So if there's anything to take from this, is don't rage quit, stick with it, because you never quite know what they're going to do. We've judged the fuel to pretty much perfection. 17-second lead, it's done. The first modern 1000cc cup race, or whatever we're calling it, is done. It was a bit chewy. The full length race is a very good watch. I will put the link in the description, but by all means go and click on it if that's what you fancy. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell of pleasure. Hit me up in the comments and I will see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.